listen carefully. Well, welcome to Clubmen 1645, and today on May the 25th we've come up to Clubmen Down, and we come up here every year to commemorate and celebrate the clubmen who stood here back in May 1645 and listened to Thomas Bravel, who was the Reverend of St Mary's Church down there in Compton Abbas. And the tower's still there from his old church, but it's on the west side now because they've rebuilt it. And we come up here and there's a hawthorn bush down here, and we put a white ribbon on the hawthorn bush, but there's a lot of cows around it at the moment, so we're going to sort of brave the cows. I might send Sheila there from behind the camera down to do it because she's brave. Braver than me.
You got one, just come and have a look to see what you're doing now.
Yeah. So here he is, he's curious. But yeah, the clubmen gathered here back in 1645, and also they went up to Badbury Rings, where the desires and resolutions was read out, because that's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating the desires and resolutions declaration of the clubmen back in 1645. And here he comes. Yes, he's very curious. But in May 25th, 1645, up to 4,000 clubmen gathered on Badbury Rings, and and a few cows as well, I imagine. And there's cows here, but over at Badbury Rings there's plenty of sheep. So we always get a good crowd turning up at these things.
We
but
do.
Yeah. So there you go. So keep an eye on the website, Clubmen 1645, and we'll go down there with this white ribbon now, Sheila. Yeah.
Let's do it now.
Yeah, yeah. Should we take Henry with us? Yes, that's Henry. That's my favourite cow. And there's George down there. I've named him after clubmen. So keep an eye on the website, Clubmen 1645, work in progress. Started, have you?
I've started.
Well, here we are at the hawthorn, and I'm just about going to tie this white ribbon on here now. And as Sheila said earlier on, that cow was actually female, wasn't she?
It was.
There, I'm giving the male name, so it's more Henrietta and Georgina.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
But we are going to tie. Can you pick that up?
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Clubmen
yes.
1645,
Clubmen
got
1645.
it. So we're going to tie this on the hawthorn bush here on Clubmen Down on May the 25th, when the desires and resolutions of the clubmen of Dorset and Wiltshire was written and talked about on Badbury. Not talked about, was it?
Read out.
Read out at Badbury Rings. So let's tie this on now.
Okay.
I might take the old one off, you know.
Yeah, okay.
It's a bit tatty.
Right.
But yeah. Well, leave that one on there. That one looks a bit tatty now, but there you go. There's two on there now. There's three on there now, so that's interesting. But yeah. That's 3 years now we've been here.
That's right. Yeah, we have. We've done
And
it
it's
3
still
years
on
in a
there.
row.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's the longest branch
Yeah.
on that hawthorn post now. Nobody ever cuts it. So. Okay. So there you go, we've done that, we've put the ribbons on there, but I wanted a quick mention of the 25th of May also being the feast day of St Oldheim. Is it Oldheim?
Yeah, Oldheim or Oldham, something like that.
But it's also the patron saint of Wessex on May the 25th, apparently. So you can come up here and celebrate the desires and resolutions of the clubmen on May the 25th, and celebrate Wessex itself with the feast of St Oldheim. Yep. And while I'm here, I might as well mention behind me, that is Compton Abbas. Can you pick it up quite well?
I can, yes.
And that is, as I said earlier, was the home of Thomas Bravel. And the church, if you're on Clubmen Down, to the right, looking down, the tower of the old church is on your right, and over there to the left is St Mary's, the new church. But after the Civil War, Thomas Bravel lost his ministry here. And I think his wife stayed here for a while, but he lost it. But he came back later on. So, and I think he was born at Chipping Camden, wasn't it? Chipping Camden, but you must go there at some stage because that's where Thomas Bravel was born, and there's quite a bit of history at Chipping Camden about him. Well, welcome back to Clubmen 1645, and on the way back from Clubmen Down we've stopped at Badbury Rings, where the desires and resolutions was read out by the lawyer Thomas Young back in May 25th, 1645. So there you are, behind me there is Badbury Rings. Can you put that up all right?
I can, yes.
And that's all I've got to say really. We thought we'd just pop in on the way back because it's pretty near to Clubmen Down, isn't it?
It is, yes, yeah.
So we went by Pimpern, which is Frampton's place, which is the Bishop of Gloucester, and we went to Compton Abbas, which was Thomas Bravel, which was the man that fought on Hambledon Hill with the clubmen, with Robert Frampton, and we've come up to here with Thomas Young, with the desires and resolutions of May 25th, 1645, where 4,000 were gathered here. I think it's more that side, because this is not the original entrance to Badbury Rings, and this is where it was read to 3,000 to 4,000 clubmen. So these sites, Clubmen Down, which you've just visited, and obviously Badbury Rings, where we are now, Hambledon Hill, Duncliffe, and the other clubmen areas around Dorset are all kind of linked in a walk anyway, and we're thinking about getting a walk together at some stage just to link all these things. But when you go on those walks, enjoy them, but at the back of your mind, think about the clubmen. So keep it on the website, Clubmen 1645, work in progress. I always say, work in progress. Clubmen 1645.
And do come out and visit these places.
Come out and visit these places because they are pretty wonderful. You've got jets, and at Compton Abbas you've got an airfield, and you've got cows, and you've got cows up here as well. So all the joys of the countryside. So do come out and visit these sites because they're pretty terrific, aren't they, Sheila?
They are.
We've got Compton Down.
Yes.
Of course.
Badbury Rings.
Badbury Rings. Clubmen Down at Compton Abbas.
Has he got a dodgy leg? I think it does work.